So the Chariot, yes, it's a victory card. It's the card for Cancer. Some of you might be dealing with the Cancer. We have Taurus energy here as well. It's interesting that, your reading is kind of bookmarked by 2 major arcanas, but everything else is minor arcana. So a lot of choices for, and what you can do. We always have free will anyway, but it kind of feels like you come charging into April. This is about momentum. This is about the energies picking up. We have more opportunities to kind of make our goals come true, to achieve the things that we want to achieve. And I was telling Cancer this because I think they got this in their reading, that the Chariot, to me, why is it the card for Cancer? Because Cancer is all about security, protection, home, safety. And because we're taking ourselves home. Whatever that dream is, whatever that goal is that we have, we are getting ourselves home. And you are the charioteer, right? So you're the person in the chariot. So you balance your head and your heart. You make sure the 2 horses are going in the same direction. Now, when the Chariot comes up, we may have more than one option. We may have 2 different directions that we want to go in, but we direct it towards the one that we truly want, And we kind of drive that chariot home to have that victory, to get the victory that we want. This is victory through our own determination and efforts. It doesn't just happen. That's one of the things I love to point out when the Chariot shows up. And this may be to do with completely on an emotional level, because we have the Ace of Cups coming up at the heart of your reading. Aces are new opportunities that come up for us. They are doorways that get presented to us, but we are the ones that must walk through them, or in your case, drive the chariot through them. The Ace of Cups can be new beginnings in love. It could be someone new that you're meeting this month. If you're in an existing relationship, it can be a brand new beginning for that relationship. If you begin a new cycle, and a lot of this has been going on, completions of cycles, wanting something new, tapping into your heart space. This is a healing energy. This is emotional growth, spiritual growth. So, that's pretty. If you have this opportunity coming in and you're in that chariot, a lot can be achieved here. Now, what's kind of interesting to me is that you have the 9 of Cups coming up as a past energy, and that's the wish card. So when this comes up, it may be that we got something that we thought we wished for. And I say this about the 9 of Cups, that the wish card is one of those cards that, it's what we wish for, what we want before we know what we need. So maybe there was something that you thought that you wanted and it was like a dream come true, and now you want something new, or you want a new cycle to begin in that. Combination of the Ace and the 9, that's the 10 of Cups, that's the happy ever after. So, with these 2 together, still pretty amazing top row there, where you can have victory, and it's something emotional. If this is not a romantic reading for you, this is to do with a job or, something financial, career move, something like that. It kind of feels like that might have been a career or a job that you thought was a dream come true. You thought it was, this is my wish. But what is the message of the 9 of Cups? It says, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And so in that case, it's almost like you got it and you're like, well, you know what? I want something new. I want to go in a new direction. This is not making me happy. I want something a new shot at what would make me happy. And you've got it with the Chariot coming up there. So what's the card in the present? Well, we have the 9 of Wands coming up here. And the 9 of Wands, it's a very defensive energy. So what are you feeling like you have to defend? And the thing with the 9 of Wands is, yes, it's the card that talks about not giving up. So, when I see the Chariot and the 9 of Wands, this is something that you've put so much time and effort and energy into that, you're going to keep riding that chariot. You're going to keep going in that direction because you've put so much effort into it, and you know you can have a victory in this. This does talk about being close to completion. You're almost there. You're almost ready to complete. We have 2 9s here. So it's almost like you're tying something up, and so many of the signs are being getting this message. So many of my clients are being getting this message. You're tying things up. You're clearing things up before you get this new opportunity. Some of you might be kind of like, if you want to start a new relationship, but there's things with your ex that you need to figure out. So, the person that you've met that you want this new beginning with, great energy, but there might be this kind of lingering kind of stuff with an ex that you need to sort out. But you can do that. For others of you, the 9 of Wands, it can also be, we're tired, we're exhausted. Emotionally, you're great, but physically, you may not have the energy. I know a lot of people, a lot of Leos actually, that have been feeling, like the clients that I've got that have been really extra exhausted recently. So it may just be that, physically you're kind of don't have the energy at the moment. But that can be even more frustrating when you have the Chariot that's the wind in your sails and you're kind of being pushed, go, 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 go. And you're like, really? Seriously? I'm tired. When's the next shift coming in? But if you can hang in there and you can make this work. Now, the thing with defensiveness is good to defend what is yours, right? What is yours? Why would you not defend it? Why would you not stick in there? Why would you not say, no, I've put in so much time and effort into this, I'm going to make it work? But it becomes bad when we start erecting walls to keep things out. Because for some of you, the 9 of Wands is going to indicate that you almost, because you're so exhausted, like you don't have the energy to do this right now, you may be blocking out the Ace of Cups. You may be blocking out a new opportunity. When it's kind of, you're like, well, no, I already got what I wanted. And it's like, well, did you? Why would you have the Ace of Cups here? Why are you starting a new cycle? Is this, and the kind of hard part with the 9s is when, especially, and the 8s as well, when we've put in so much time and effort into something, we're putting so much time and effort, it can be really difficult to kind of either wrap it up. You know, we get so kind of caught up in that this is what I do now. You know, better the devil you know. You kind of stick with it. But the 9 of Wands is not so much saying to me to give up on it. It's more like wrap it up now. You're almost there. With 10s after this, we're done. Let's move on. What is it that you move on to? Well, we have the Page of Pentacles. Now, the pages to me are very similar to the aces. They represent new beginnings, like, you know, offers for new beginnings. And the Page of Pentacles, whatever the page offers, this pentacle that the page offers, is something that is of value to you. And it's something that offers you stability and security. Because, yeah, you know, cups are great. We feel great. It's all about our feelings, love, happiness, joy, whatever those emotions might be. Wands, fabulous, passion, drive, you know, all of that stuff. But pentacles, it's the tangible representation of something that's security for us. I've seen the pentacle that this page offers out mean everything from an engagement ring, contract for a house, contract for a job, right? There's an offer that comes in here. Now, sometimes when the Page of Pentacles shows up, we can look at it and think, well, that's not much of anything. But you have the Ace of Cups sat above this. So some of you are going to get caught in this trap of, hey, this was my wish. This was what I've worked for. Is this all I get? But it actually is much bigger than it appears to be. It may start off as something small. It may look like something little, but it's something that, you know, it's much bigger than what you think it is. Why is that? Because what's the advice coming in? It's the Hierophant card for Taurus. This is commitment. This is commitment. So, all right, let's go through this. Let's just give a few more scenarios of what this can be. This can be drive, success, you know, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. And you've put in a lot of work into this. You know, you've had a clear vision of what your wish is, what your heart's desire is. There's a new opportunity coming in. It's going to make you very happy with the Ace of Cups. It's brand new and a cup spills over with joy or happiness or love, whatever it is. But sometimes we have this kind of predetermined notion of if it doesn't look like this, it isn't exactly what I want. I need it to look exactly how I envisioned it. Because the foundation shows up to tell us this is where you're coming from. This is what's caused all of this. This is, you know, the energy that's at the root of what comes up. And so, yeah, the pages, sometimes when we look at it, we think, well, that's not a lot. I did all this for that. But you have the Hierophant. This is solid. This is commitment. Some of you want marriage, you know, and you kind of think, well, someone might just be asking you out on a date. And you're like, but that's not the commitment I wanted. Well, it leads to it. And if we want commitment, we must commit to it ourselves. What are you committed to, Leo? That's what the Hierophant's asking you. This is what we conform to, the rules that we conform to. Our own traditions, our own rules that we have. And who gave them to you? Do you follow what your parents said? Do you follow what your religious leaders have told you? Are you going by what society expects from you? Because with the 9 of Cups sat here, this is asking you to commit or to be loyal to what your wish or your dream is. Well, you have the 10 of Cups. That's what you want, right? So the 9 of Cups is the wish that we have before we know what we need, right? This is when we get it. This is the happily ever after. So see, it kind of feels like something comes in and it looks like it's not a lot. So if it's a job, you know, you might get offered something and you think, well, that's less money than what I was earning. Or it's not the promotion that you want. It looks slightly different from how you want it. But if you commit fully to it, remember, always our own action. Nothing just happens. It leads to this happily ever after. So this is I want you to not focus so much on who is committed to me. What are you committed to? Are you committed to your dream? Are you committed to your wish? And the Nine of Cups is not, it's how we want to feel, right? Anything that we want to manifest, anything that we desire, it's because we kind of picture it making us feel a certain way. And the Sun, it's the potential for great happiness. And it's that childlike joy, you know, not feeling like, okay, well, I should be appreciative of this. This is that pure joy that children feel. Children they can't fake when they're happy. They are happy. When they're happy, they're happy. When they're sad, they're sad. And also, we see the potential for great happiness because everything gets revealed. Everything is revealed. I kind of feel like you can trust the situation. There's no kind of duplicity here. There's none of that. There's a kind of sense of, and this might be just energetically, if you've noticed, everything looks great. Here, we just got this kind of defensiveness, tiredness. And that might be physical for some of you. Or like, you know, is this all I get? There's that coming through. But it leads to some amazing places. Right, let's pull you some oracle cards. And we have here, getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And that's the whole point of the Sun. The Sun is illumination. There's no effort required. You just show it all. This is what's there. Commit to your dream and then, you know, drive that chariot to victory. Go all the way. There could be, especially for those of you that are completely single, you could be meeting someone new. But don't have like a predetermined, oh my God, is this... Like, I've spoken to so many people. What they do is every single person they meet, they start kind of fitting them for the role of boyfriend and girlfriend. Is this the one? Is this the person that's going to fit? And this card just talks about getting to know them. Get to know the person. Because I get the sense with the Page of Pentacles that there's something that comes up and at first you think, this is a bit boring, or this isn't exactly what I wanted. It's kind of lackluster. But you have a lot of amazing cards for it. If you commit to your wish, you get your wish. Right. You get more than your wish because you want 9 cups, you get 10. True love. This love is a once in a lifetime love. Now, I think every love is a once in a lifetime love because, you know, people are unique and we get to know them and enjoy them. But you don't figure that out. You don't figure that out unless you get to know the person. There is work required, though. I'm not even going to sugarcoat with the 8 of Pentacles coming up here. There is work required here. But that 8 of Pentacles sits in between the Sun and the 10 of Cups. So I don't even know if it's going to feel like work. Aha. So this is like the High Priestess card for me from this deck, the deep knowing card. It says you already know, you have an inkling of something. And isn't it true, Leo? Like, you know, when you're not going to get defensive or kind of knuckle down or have any of these kinds of what the hell's going on kind of feelings, unless it kind of threatens something in you. Like you kind of, and I say use the word threatens, but we can kind of get thrown sometimes when something feels big. We can't really see why it feels big. And I say this I read for a lot of other readers and intuitive people. And sometimes we're the worst. We're the worst ones because we can sense things coming a mile off, but we're looking ahead and we can't see anything. So it starts throwing us like, why am I getting this feeling? And we trust our intuition when it comes to other people, but we don't trust it for ourselves. And it's because whatever the thing is, you can kind of feel it coming, you can hear it coming, but it's around the corner. You can't see it yet. And that's here. You do know. You know this. You have a sense of that this is going to bring you great happiness. Or even this, that it might look kind of lackluster and like it isn't anything, but, you know, put a bit of work into it and you've got your happily ever after and the potential for great happiness coming in. But you must commit to it. Okay, and it says, dear you, oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. This is what I was saying to you. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you are clinging to and let spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said. Take one step toward toward the gods and they will take 10 toward you. We're all doing the destiny cha-cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Loving you always. The other thing with the Page of Pentacles that I will say is it can be that energy of, you know, paying attention to the details, but you want like guarantees. It's that guarantee card. Like, I need it guaranteed. Can I have it in writing? Can you tell me that before I start on this relationship with someone, can you please guarantee that they're going to be with? And I get readings like that all the time. What's going to happen? How does this person feel about me? There are no such guarantees in life. There are no such guarantees. There are people that love other people deeply and they never act on it. So, you know, the fact that if someone else feels that, that's not a guarantee. And you, Leo, must step forward with courage, using your intuition, because you already know. Commit to what you know and watch the miracles unfold.